What's going on? Where am I? I'm covered in flies. It's actually the middle of the Gympie River in Outback, Queensland. Now I woke up in Cairns there this morning and I thought to myself, I might go for a ride to Birdsville, which is just at the other end of Queensland, and Cairns is at the top end of Queensland. It's about 1,700 kilometres, a bit over, from Cairns to Birdsville. That's coming down in Junction via Healdon, and then from Healdon I popped over to Winton, and Winton I'm on my way to Buoya. But there is a place in between Winton and Buoya, and it's called Middlemount. So I'll be staying there tonight, and tomorrow I'll go do a bit of exploring, a couple of lookouts, and head into Buoya, have a look around there, and then down to Birdsville. But there's not a lot of traffic on this road here, but when there is traffic you'll get about 3 or 4 trucks in a row, one after the other. They're all road trains. Some have got up to 4 trailers on them, so you know, you've got to sort of get off the road and let them have their way, because the road is, for the most part, only about 4 to 5 metres wide. So it's not really wide enough to get 2 vehicles on the road, even the motorbike. So if the truck on the far as you can on the left, there's still not really enough room there for me to squeeze in alongside him, especially when he's got 3 or 4 trailers and the back trailers are going like this. I don't want to get collected by one of them. So best thing is jump onto the dirt, into the gravel, have a bit of fun. But yeah, no, it's not too shabby. There's not a lot to see around here. I've just pulled up for a coffee and have a couple of bit of trail mix to nibble on, and I reckon I'll be into Middlemount Hilton Hotel probably around about 3:30, 4 o'clock. So I'll set up my camp there and spend the night. All right, I'm gonna finish my coffee, hop back on my big red scooter and continue. Now, I seen him coming and I thought there's going to be a lot of dust. So I pulled up. There's a little road just up this way to the left. It says it goes to Adria Downs, 4 mile yards. Don't know where it goes. I'm going that way, Birdsville, but I thought, have a cup of coffee, let the truck go past, let's scoot. Decided to reorganise and repack my camera bag. Oh, not camera bag, the whole motorbike actually. There were a couple of nice spots on the way here, and I had to stop, jump out, and I had to dig out the camera all the time. You know, stuff on top of stuff on top of stuff. So I'm just trying to reorganise everything. So night time when I stop, I'll have my tent sleeping bag, mattress, blanket, pillow, all on one side, one spot. So if that's all I want to do, I can just pull that out, done. I'm going to try and get my camera bag into the tank bag, tank bag. So if I do see something good and something spectacular, I can just stop. Don't even have to hop off the motorbike, lift it out, there's my camera, good to go. I did have other stuff in there, you know, knife and wet wipes and driver's license and wallet and etc, etc, etc. But I'm going to try and move all that somewhere else and put the camera in there instead. But anyway, I'll do that, and then I'll head off to Buoya. I'll try and buy a bit more water there, or see if I can get some free water out the tap, that'll be even better. And then I'll probably head down to Birdsville. There are thunderstorms forecast there tomorrow. So after that, we'll see what happens. Probably head off to Gympie. I've just popped into Buoya. I think it's pronounced Buoya, which is only about 4 k's up the road there. I just grabbed some fuel and some water, and we're going to head off to Birdsville, down this way. There's road open, which I'm not surprised, it is the dry season. We have fueled up the beast, so I've got fuel there, enough fuel to get through the Birdsville. We'll probably just poke along steady. I might even pull up and cook some lunch somewhere as well if I can find somewhere nice. But I'll tell you what, it was a bit cold this morning. It was single digits. It was 7 degrees when I left Middleton this morning, and now I reckon it must be getting up to around about 29 already, 30, because it's pretty bloody hot. It's 11 o'clock, so it warms up pretty quick during the day. The bike's all reorganised. I repacked it like I said I would, and hence why I've got the camera out, because it was right on the tank bag. Not the tent bag. Tent bag? Tank bag? Oh, who knows. Anyway, Birdsville, look out, here we come.
See the clouds and let them be. Keep every story of your days a mystery.
Oh man, is it cold. I'm in Birdsville in far southwest Queensland, and it's about 7 degrees this morning. It's a bit fresh. I've just walked up, I camped down the caravan park down there this morning. I've just walked up to the flowing artesian bores here. So it runs out and cools off. They've got a cooling pond over there behind it. So I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure that's the town's water supply, because it's a pretty dry, arid place. Quite hot during the day though. It was hitting 31 degrees on the bike yesterday coming into Birdsville, and night time it just, those desert breezes absolutely freeze. But it'd be nice to get over there and hop in that little creek up here with all that hot water in it. That'd be the go. Anyway, Birdsville, eh? Not too shabby.
Sing out your wins and trials like a melody. Ride the storms with your head held high. We only breathe.
Okay, if you do manage a trip to Birdsville, you have to stop at the Birdsville pub. I might head in there later and get myself a gin and tonic. But later today, I'll head back to the caravan park and I'll jump on a bike and I'll head out to Big Red. I think it's the longest sand dune in Australia, or the tallest sand dune in Australia, something like that. We'll get out there and have a look as well. But anyway, soldier on. About 30 minutes west of Birdsville by road. So I've come out on a bike. I'm at a sand dune called Big Red. So I'm just walking up there, gonna see what I can see. I might throw the drone up later. Bit sandy coming in, wasn't too bad though. A couple of four-wheel drivers coming up there behind me. Bit of a touristy hotspot. They have a concert out here once a year. I think it was cancelled this year because of the COVID-19. But bit of a wild place to have a rock concert. Long way from anywhere. All right, I'm puffing. We'll go out the top and see what we can see, eh? I'm no biologist and I know absolutely nothing about plants. Is it a biologist who even does plants, or is that a plantologist? Anyway, I would be guessing this is a Stuart desert pea because they look like peas and I have no idea who Stuart is. But the things you find out in the desert here, it looks barren and arid, but when you get out here and you get down on your knees and you start scrounging around, man, there's so many different plants and flowers and insects and animals that are leaving tracks in the sand, and grasses. The diversity out here is actually quite impressive. It's probably more on a miniature scale. There's nothing really big apart from sand dunes and open spaces, but up close and personal, it's just teeming with a variety of everything. Anyway, let's keep riding. I'm about 120 kilometres east of Birdsville. Birdsville's off in that direction over there, and I'm heading towards Windora, which is off in that direction towards the east. Starting to get dark. I found this little pull-out rest place on the side of the road. It's going to be, you can see the sunset, it's already on the horizon there. So I'm going to chuck my tent just in here tonight. It's just a nice flat spot. And I might cook some dinner up. I'll hang a torch from the ceiling in there, and I reckon I'll have this place to myself! Good morning. Still embracing the rain. Had a good sleep, probably about 50 k's back, or maybe 100 k's back, and it was windy. It was howling wind. I thought my tent was going to get picked up and taken away with me. It was like sleeping in a cyclone, and it was a bit of a challenge to pack up this morning. But I could see that rain back that way over towards Birdsville, so I'm kind of out racing that this morning, heading towards Windora. But look what we've just come across on the mountain there. I don't know if you can quite see that. There's a great big snake. I'm going to go over and suss it out. Public art on a grand scale in Outback, Queensland. I believe that's part of the sculptures of the Dreamtime. Anyway, that rain's still chasing me behind me, so I'm going to get on the bike and keep going. I just want to get off this dirt because, as I said earlier, once it gets wet, it doesn't take a lot of rain, it goes to slop and it's impassable. Even though it looks like nice gravel when you're riding on it, when it's wet, you probably wouldn't even walk on it. Anyway, back on the bike, keep going.
Solid
but in the main street of Charleville in southwest Queensland. So I'm just going to go and see if I can find some coffee, maybe a bite to eat, something different, better than bush food. Stayed at the caravan park here last night. Rain pretty heavy for most of the night. I only woke up like twice and heard it. It's pretty wet this morning, but it's supposed to dry off at about 11 o'clock, so I might pick up after that and go for a ride around, see what we can see. But at the moment, coffee sounds good. Let's go.